Welcome back to Casa Refined. I'm Jorge. Today I'm sharing some of the top Amazon home finds you need to check out. Okay, so it's been a minute since I shared some Amazon home favorites. These are some of the items that I've been loving, some for years, some for a couple of months, pieces that I think you are going to love. Now, these are not in any particular order. By the way, this video is not sponsored by Amazon. This is just my honest opinions. So let's just dive right in. I really love this light fixture. This is one of my favorites. It's a semi-flush light, and sometimes we need a semi-flush light. I'll tell you, I spent a very long time browsing for light fixtures when I was doing this hallway makeover a year ago at this point, and this one certainly stood out to me. And it's also available in I think like a bronze and maybe a nickel finish. I'm not sure, but of course the heritage brass is the one that stood out to me. This would be a great option if you have a space that is perhaps a bit more transitional. It's a very versatile piece because this one has sort of a mid-century vibe, but it has this like retro simplicity that I think makes it really unique. The color is heritage brass, and I think it's perfect because it's not so golden, it's not so antique looking. It's like sort of a perfect medium, so it's nice and soft. I love the cast knobs, the hinges, and the rods. It adds a bit of detail, but it's not so ornamented. Anyways, it's such a great light fixture. I have the larger version in my bedroom, and overall, I think this is a perfect one. I will say there is, I think, one that's like already has the LED embedded within the fixture, or there's also the one where you put the screwable or screw-in light bulbs. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But overall, so happy with this light fixture. I think it's well worth it. There's some cobwebs. I think I need to do some dusting. I feel like I talk about these all the time, but these lamps, I absolutely love these lamps. Especially if you have a smaller space or you're trying to clear up space on your bedside tables and clutter it up with decor like I do, these would be perfect. These are plug-in, but you can also hardwire. And what's great about these is that, of course, they have that wonderful mid-century modern feel, but I like the fact that the on and off switch is right here. I have found like a lot of the plug-in sconces that I was looking for, like the switch was like on the cord, so you have to like look for the little switch thing. Right here, it's easy. It's just right on the plate. And as you can see, I have them on both sides of the bed. I went ahead and got a cord sort of hider thing to mount the cord, and then I painted it the same color as the wall, but you can still clearly see it. It doesn't really bother me that much, and I don't really want to pay to hardwire right now, so I think that's a good solution for these beautiful mid-century modern style swivel sconces. Also, I think the gold finish is nice. It's not orangey or any of that. It's just like a nice golden or sort of brassy color. I recently added this bookcase to the living room for a couple of reasons. Mostly, I wanted to help balance both sides of the sofa and add a bit of height in here, and I think this is what it does. I wish it was a bit taller, but that's okay. Now, this bookcase is not solid wood. I would say it's a more economical bookcase, if you will, and overall, I think it's pretty good for the price point. It has sort of this, like, I would say kind of looks like oak, and then the finish, it's sort of like a medium to light wood color. The doors here is perfect. You got extra storage, but the door fronts have like this like cane rattan, faux cane rattan. It's like plastic, but it looks pretty good. It adds a bit of texture. The pulls, I wish were a different color, so I might paint these like black or something. I like the fact that it's soft close, which is always nice. A bookcase is perfect for styling, right? You can of course put books, but if you are into decorating shelves, you could definitely do that. I'm not the biggest fan of decorating or styling shelves. I always find it challenging, and it just always looks cluttered or like too try hard, if you will. This is just my initial attempt for now. I might change things around, but overall, pretty impressed for this piece, especially for the price point. It's on a lower price point, so I think it's great. I do believe this brand makes other versions of this. I think they have like an open shelf version, and then they make like a sideboard or like cabinets. You can mix and match pieces, group them together to create sort of like a media unit situation. That could be pretty cool. So overall, I think a pretty decent cabinet for the price point. It does require some assembly, so you need a bit of patience for that. This next item is technically not from Amazon. In fact, it's even better. This is a handmade wooden riser. If you're looking for something sculptural, something unique, something organic, then check out this beautiful wooden riser. So this is actually handmade from solid and salvaged apple tree wood from Washington State by my father. He is such a creative, he's very resourceful, and he really likes making things. And I recently partnered with him to create some of these rustic wooden risers for my shop, CasaRefineShop.com. You can use a riser for just about anything, to be honest. This is a perfect way to display a candle, maybe incorporate some sculpture, or honestly just add a natural element to your coffee table styling. A riser like this is perfect for adding a handmade touch to your space. This would even make for a perfect handmade gift, or for whatever reason you use a riser for. This is an art sculpture in itself. I think that natural wood just makes it feel more elevated, more organic, and I think the fact that these were handmade is what makes this more special. So if you want to get your hands on one of these, definitely head to my shop. I will put the link for these in the description, but hurry, there's limited quantities and you'll certainly make my dad's day. When I gave this hallway a makeover, I had a different mirror on here. So I had an arched floor mirror in the sort of this like golden color. And I gotta tell you, it was a great mirror, but something about it, I think it just felt too modern, perhaps even too trendy. So I swapped it out for this one right here. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely love it. This is a rectangular mirror, a bit larger, has the rounded corners, which I think is a nice touch, and I really like the sort of brass finish of this. It's a beautiful mirror. It doesn't warp or anything. The other one, I feel like it was like a funhouse mirror. This one's a much better quality. I think it's cost more though, but overall, I think a floor mirror is perfect for a hallway, a small hallway like this, because it helps maybe brighten up the room with, you know, bouncing light more. Plus it gives somewhat the illusion of a larger space because you're seeing more. So I think this mirror would be perfect. It'd be great for a bedroom, what have you. It does not come with like a stand, so you can't really, I mean, I guess you could lean it up against the wall, but you're gonna have to make sure it's secured. But I will say that I think floor mirrors, it's best when they're mounted on a wall, because even when the mirror is leaning, I feel like eventually it's going to start warping and it's gonna look all funky. So I don't know. This is a great mirror. So this is one of my recent finds, and it's become instantly a favorite because this lamp is wireless, so it doesn't require having to plug it in all the time. You can recharge it, and what's great about this is that you can remove the shade here. The light is built into this, and it has this to connect USB-C to recharge this lamp, and the battery actually lasts quite a bit of time. I like the fact that this is just small and portable in case in an emergency you need to take this with you. Personally, I like to keep this by my desk to just turn on a little bit of desk lighting when I need it. And you tap the top here and you can adjust, of course, the brightness. You can also adjust the color temperature. You can use warm lighting, medium, or something a bit more cool tone, which I never use. And I like the fact that you can also tilt it if needed. I usually keep it in the upright position as best as I can. But this is just like a nice little lamp. I feel like I see these in restaurants to create just nice ambiance at the table. You can put this on the coffee table. You can pretty much use these anywhere. And I like the fact that these are just minimal, not so crazy. Right amount of light. There's also the white version. I was about to order the white one, but in the end, I think the gold color is what got me to it. So it's a cute little lamp. I will say this one is a bit more spendy than the other ones I've seen, but I could see that reflected on the quality. It just feels more sturdy and heavier. And I do like the fact that you can tilt this and detach it if needed for some reason. The magnet's actually pretty strong, so I want to bring your attention to this cutie right here. So this stool, of course, an iconic design, and I gotta tell you, this is one of my favorites. So this is actually made by Treehouse. I've had some of their pieces for years. You probably have seen me share these before. I love these because they are so versatile. Now these are available through their website, and I might even have a discount code from them, but they are now they have select pieces available on Amazon, including this stool and then the taller version, which I'll put a clip here. These stools are perfect. They're versatile. You can, of course, use them as a stool. You can use them as a little accent table, as I've done here, maybe as a plant stand. These stools can just be floating around throughout your spaces. In the living room, it'd be perfect by the coffee table. You can use it to put your feet up. You can use this maybe under a console. I like the fact that these are solid wood, quality made. They might be available in different finishes. I think this is the medium finish. I don't know, I can't remember the name. Right now I'm using this one as a side table by the sofa. It's a lower profile sofa, so it's perfect. And then I put this little lamp right here. Just an interesting moment. They're timeless in my opinion, so you can certainly enjoy these for years to come. Oh, I can't believe I've even saying this. This might sound so pretentious, but I absolutely love the Aesop Restoration Duet. Seriously, I love that. I've had the hand wash for quite some time, and I would actually get the refill bottle for the hand wash, but I recently got the hand balm, and let me tell you, I also really love this. Now, this is of course a pricey duo, but honestly, I don't even care. Like, it's one of those things that really elevates the experience of the bathroom. It's just one of those little joys that I just take pride in. It's quite pricey, but you know, it is what it is. But if the money gets tight, you know what? Fill it with Mrs. Meyer's. Who cares? You get that nice bottle that honestly, it really makes the bathroom look good. I know, very pretentious, but what can I say? Sweet mercy. One of the questions I get asked about the most is where I get my curtains from. And these ones right here are custom made, which I know that sounds quite pricey. It doesn't have to be. These are actually from 2 Pages. Not sponsored at all, but I have used them in the past. I love them. I of course have them here in the bedroom, have them in the living room, and I most recently used them in my friend's studio apartment makeover. And let me tell you, it made a huge difference. I think custom drapes can really elevate a space, and it doesn't necessarily need to be spendy. It really just depends on how you customize them. So these right here are, I'll talk about these real quick. So these are pinch pleated. They have the privacy liner, they're memory trained, which means they hang nice and professional. Like, it just looks more professional, like the way that they hang nicely. They have the pinch pleated header and all that. And in the living room, I have these curtains from 2 Pages. Now the color that I'm using in here is beige, gray beige. And I love it. I feel like the name's a bit deceitful because it's not so gray. I would say it's more brown. It's like a medium brown, like almost like an oatmeal color, but I guess a little bit of gray. Never mind, makes sense. But I absolutely love the drapes in here. I think that just really elevates the space. You know, I've gone back and forth with different curtains in the past in the living room, but ultimately these have been my favorite ones so far. I've had them on the longest, and I gotta tell you, I think it might be the fact that they're memory trained because they hang so nicely, or maybe it's the fact that it's like has the pinch pleated header, but these drapes really feel premium and luxurious. When you look at a lot of high-end interiors or interiors, you often see those beautiful drapes. I think it's just it's the thing for a space that I personally, if I were starting from scratch, I would really just invest in some nice drapery, because that's going to instantly elevate the space, and then everything else will look a bit more premium if I were on a budget. Which, I mean, I am. But also, this is the beige white color. Now, these sheer curtains right here are not from 2 Pages. Which, by the way, 2 Pages you can order directly from their website, and I think I might even have a discount code. I'll link that and put that in the description, but also put their Amazon, because you can order through Amazon. And these sheer curtains are not from there. They're from a different seller on Amazon. These are just perfect. I went ahead and did the double curtain rod to get this look. I will put details for this in the description as well, because I was very specific. It took a little bit of trial and error to get, I was picky. I was trying to get the right size rings, and some of them look too thin and flimsy. These have a bit of a thicker feel, and then the hooks and all that. I don't know. I just like the look of this. I think it just looks a bit more professional. And if you're looking to get custom drapes for your space, I would encourage you to get maybe the swatch book from 2 Pages so that you can see all the fabrics and the colors. I have it right here. And I think it makes a huge difference. I don't know if they still sell the booklets per se. I think they now have just the individual samples, but I would encourage you to definitely look at the different fabric options in your space, especially if you're going to be investing in drapery. You want to make sure you get them right. So see them in different lighting conditions, on a sunny day, on a cloudy day, up against, you know, artificial lights. How is it going to look at night? So I think all of those details really matter, especially when it's going to be an investment. A little tip for you: if you want to make it feel more luxurious, definitely double it up, or get a wider panel for each side, because I wish I would have done it in here, but like, look at this. Like, if once you pull them back like that, I feel like that doesn't look as good as if it were more full. So that is why I like to like space them out like this. So if I were to order more drapes, I would definitely make it wider. Now also notice this is a pretty small window, but what I did is I extended the drapery out about at least 12, maybe 16 inches. And then when I have them, I guess, open, I usually have them like this to give sort of the illusion of a larger window. So a little tip for you: if you have a smaller space or a smaller window, definitely it makes a big impact, the drapery. So I would definitely recommend these. A little bonus one for you is this art piece right here. I think this is really fun. I think it's a goose, or maybe it's a swan. It's probably a swan, right? This is from Amazon. I love the fact that it's like on this black background. It's more minimal. I've seen this like animal or whatever in iterations in like different artworks. I don't know the original one, but I like the fact that it's on this like matte black background. And then the frame, it's not solid wood, but it looks like real wood. The inner part is like a white wood, like a wood stain. And then the exterior is like the natural wood, just making it just like a nice, clean, minimal piece that I think this is pretty versatile. As you can see, I'm really playing on the contrast in the room, so I think it's fun. I love it above the bed here. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I definitely have a lot more Amazon home finds that I could share with you that I've been loving. Let me know if you're interested in another video like this. If you want to see more Amazon home favorites, definitely check out my storefront, which I will put in the description, as along with everything that I mentioned today. I'm actually working on some really exciting DIYs if you're into my DIYs, so be sure you're subscribed for that, because I have some awesome stuff happening, coming up that I think you're gonna like. Anyways, I'm out of breath. I'm gonna get dinner. Have an awesome day. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.